Agenda West Side Beer.
Guys, welcome to the episode of Into the West Comics. My name is Frank. Sunny is here.
Finally got through a successful intro without cracking up. Good to see you guys.
A few times, isn't it?
Yeah, it made some weird noise.
There was some weird kind of sound in there earlier, but
That's okay. It happens. The hot dog, corn dog Paul is here.
Hello, I'm here. I made it. I look really short right now because the chair is like.
Oh my God,
I also
you do.
am really short, and the chair is not helping.
I know. Look is not quite the word.
Yeah. All right, Shane.
you look great.
Uncle
Yeah, there you go.
Nephew.
Now I look real tall.
Showed him hands.
That's a great perspective. Uncle Nephew Shane is over here.
Like it.
He's. Is that what was that process there? You're
Apply-
moisturizing.
Applying to the
balming.
crusties.
You're balming.
I'm balming up.
yourself.
Crusty
All right.
with his lips.
And
Morning.
Oh my God.
Good
Okay.
morning.
And
Good morning.
Stop.
And please welcome our special guest,
Shane.
all the way from. I don't know if it's cold or not. I imagine it's cold now. It's December
Absolutely.
in the Chicago suburbs.
Absolutely.
You know him from the IG over there, Mark Nerdy AF. Please welcome Mark to the show.
Mark.
There he is.
Oh,
Gentlemen,
nice background.
Paul, you don't look short. I like the shirt, by the way.
Oh, I
Respect the
appreciate
right
you.
wing.
I appreciate you liking my shirt, and I appreciate you also lying.
He's a small man.
Good man.
Lie to start the show.
All right, Shane, relax.
He's gonna be a good guy.
You're our special guest, but Shane is our special guest.
I get that.
I'll take it where I can get it. Yeah.
That's,
Oh, man.
that's very fair. Guys, we've been hearing news this past week. Some things are being leaked out there about the Deadpool 3 film.
Yes.
This is the movie, Sonny, that is going to be carrying all the weight of the MCU's world
Absolutely.
next year.
Absolutely.
It's the only MCU movie in 2024 that's going to be in theaters.
Which is so strange, and I feel like if we get a good one, that'll be fine.
That's the big question, right? If we
it's
get
good.
a
That's the
good
goal.
one. Yeah. Mark, what are your thoughts about Deadpool 3? How excited are you? Are you a Deadpool guy?
I'm looking forward to the soundtrack. They always have a
Yes.
banging soundtrack.
Sure.
Suit-wise, Hugh Jackman, not digging the sleeves. Hopefully those will rip off at some point and we'll just do like shoulder pads
Yeah, I
and
feel
just
that.
vascular arms. But that's about it. Those are my thoughts right there, I think,
Love
in
vascular
a
arms.
nutshell.
And that's what I'm picturing is him just ripping the sleeve. Like he'll rip the sleeves off and everybody will go, "Yeah, sleeves have been ripped off. Let's party."
I mean, he had him on for all the outside shots, so hopefully,
Yeah.
when we see, other
He'll get
versions,
down.
he'll be getting down.
Oh, it's like
Yeah.
an inside-outside thing. Like
It's
he
the
goes outside.
inside.
Well, you know why he might not?
cold out.
Because Hugh Jackman is like very susceptible to skin cancer.
That's
He's
why
had it
he's-
before.
that's why he's been shooting with the sleeves.
Yeah, a
Oh,
lot of
that's-
this. He might not lose the sleeves, and that's why he has them because like he want to be Wolverine, but he don't want to get cancer.
But
That's
we,
fair.
F can.
but we got all the F cancer. Right. Good shot. Good
We
shot.
we can all agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Well, we got the
Great.
speculation that we might be getting Swifty, in this movie. She could be playing
Mhm.
Dazzler. There was the cameo that was leaked. I think even Ryan Reynolds Mark is leaning into it, that he posted some fake pictures of leaked set photos earlier today.
It's like Predator.
The Predator and Urkel and a couple of other characters that were leaked on set.
Yeah, isn't Predator owned by Disney now?
It is
20th
now.
Century Fox, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
His Family Matters
Yeah,
a
that was
Disney
Fox,
property.
right?
Yeah, it was Fox. It was
Because
absorbed
Prey
by
was
the-
on Hulu, which is Disney.
Right.
Goated movie, by the way.
Yeah, that movie was great.
That was a good movie.
It was an excellent movie.
This Family Matters owned by Disney.
We got to find out.
It's
It's
Carl
important
Winslow, part of the MCU.
So what's the speculation? Like, who do you think's going to show up, or what's the
Yeah.
the limits are limitless.
You have a way with words, Sonny.
I do,
Limits
man.
are limitless.
I was just trying to be like, fly and cool. But
No, you sounded good.
yeah, I don't know who's gonna show up because, like you said, T Swift might be in it, dude. Like, who else is supposed to be in this movie? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I mean,
She'd be a good dazzler, though. I must
She would
admit,
be.
she would be good.
I imagine they.
Isn't Tom from Succession going to be in this movie, or was that Brave and the Bold? It was one of the superhero movies.
Oh, that would be great too.
Tom Womgans?
Womsgans.
He had a. They were saying he had a big role. I'm pretty sure it was for Deadpool 3.
yeah, because I don't think The
Could be
Brave and the
wrong,
Bold
though.
is cast yet, like at all.
Really?
Yeah, very minimally.
It's probably
Maybe
Deadpool.
I don't know.
Very
Man,
interesting.
that dude can act though.
We'll give it a
That's-
go.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he'd be great.
So what do you think?
It's I was gonna say real quick to see those actors when they talk off screen versus when they're on
Oh, I
Succession.
know.
Their dialogue and whatever, like you can understand them. They're speaking English, but I can't understand their accents are very heavy.
Yeah.
Ryan, shout out Ryan in the chat. He said that Mark is correct. It's Deadpool 3
Oh,
There you
as
go.
as an unconfirmed role in Deadpool 3.
Sarah Snook.
I don't know if you
and,
guys watch Succession, but Greg
absolutely.
and Tom, they're the
Yeah,
best
it's
part
a
of it, in my
fantastic show.
opinion.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
One of the
Great
greatest
show.
things ever, greatest duos ever put together in television.
I'll agree.
Greg and Tom.
How many seasons of that show is it?
A
There was
lot.
four. There's
Oh,
four.
Not
Should have
much.
been more.
You're like, over 3.
It was amazing.
That's edging on too many for Paul to watch.
It was
The
great.
hint of lemon scene,
Oh my
like
god.
one of the last
yes.
episodes of
Yeah.
the season. Oh my God.
So this is how
So-
Sonny feels when we talk about sports.
Yeah, I'm like, yes.
Yes, you understand.
Yes!
I finally understand.
Yeah.
I'm not left out.
And that stuff was peak. The old man Logan.
Yeah.
Logan
it was
Roy.
he had some moments during that last season where like,
Yeah, he
oh
did.
my gosh.
Yeah, he did.
Do you think he should have lived just a few more? Like they should have let him live at least till episode
Right? Just like a
At
little.
least till episode 10.
7.
Right?
Oh, 7.
yeah, right.
He died too soon. Logan Roy. He was one of the greatest characters on television.
Now, why am I going to watch it now? I know that Logan Roy dies.
Yeah, you just spoiled that. That's
That's gonna
That's a
ruin the
pretty big
show.
spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
Shane knows that I'm on
It's been out for years.
He's never gonna watch.
Yeah, he's never gonna watch it. He's never gonna watch it.
I mean, I've gotten to Breaking Bad, so you never know. Is Succession like on that level of like television?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Absolutely.
Then one day I'll get around to it.
Yeah.
With regards to Deadpool, though, as far as Ryan Reynolds, and I think this movie has to be good, right? Because of, it's
mean-
going to be the only MCU film next year.
I mean, if this one isn't good, I think I might be on my downward slope finally of just saying I think they lost a shine.
I don't think they're gonna put it out if it's not like they're not even gonna.
They're gonna put it out.
not
That's a
gonna-
lot of money.
I think it'll be all right.
It'll be
I'm not
good.
really worried about it.
I don't know. The first one was just so amazing. 2, of course, great, but like some movies, you don't need to make the third one. You know what I mean? And I don't know. We'll see.
I'm excited because I just want to watch Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds like
Absolutely.
surf around on screen.
If we're getting
Absolutely.
some of these Fox Marvel characters on screen, just interacting, that would be fun, I think.
Because Colossus is gonna be there.
That's the funniest Bond ever is him and Deadpool. I love them on screen together. It's so fun.
Somebody was saying
Who's the villain?
The villain.
Emma
for-
Corrin, right? She's the actor.
Yes.
I thought the villain was this production studio.
Oh,
Wow. The villain is like Fox.
I'm not even kidding. I thought that like I feel like that might like be like an underlying plot line
Oh, for
because there's
sure.
like the big 20th Century Fox like logo like in tatters behind them in one of the behind the scenes
yeah, it's
scenes.
in shambles.
So I feel like
They're clowning on something.
there
for
might
sure.
because there's at the end of the first Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds gets killed by Deadpool before he picks up the Green Lantern script,
Yes.
and I feel like we're gonna get a lot of that kind of stuff in this.
I hope so.
Yeah,
That's my favorite stuff.
I saw that. I responded.
Really,
to
is that your favorite stuff in this? In these movies, there, Sonny?
I just in the Deadpool movies specifically, I just love for them to just go all out. And I think when the first movie came out, you knew from the that promotional footage that they put out of him on the freeway that it was just going to be so over the top. And I think a lot of shows and movies try to take a little bit of that, and they can't really replicate it like Deadpool. That's why I'm kind of afraid that it's gonna have like the John Wick effect. Like you're doing too much. Like it's over the top. Like relax. I will say the last one.
I was gonna say you like that though.
Was a work of art, but it is like really John Wick. You know what I mean?
I gave it an 8 out of 10.
You know, so
A work of art. It was a work of art.
It was beautiful. I just hope that it doesn't go down that path. That's all. That's all. I'm scared.
Shane's hitting me.
So they confirmed that it's R as it should be. Do you guys
Absolutely.
foresee any other Marvel movie becoming an R-rated movie after? I assume we're not going to get 5 Deadpool movies. Maybe we'll get another one. But you foresee another Marvel movie becoming an R movie?
Maybe Blade.
Yeah,
I think
maybe
Blade was confirmed as PG-13.
Oh.
Maybe I'm wrong.
But there's been so much
But Blade
turnover with that.
obviously would be a great one.
Yeah.
The stuff they were talking about today is that he sounds like he's back on board. He's like,
Mahershala sounded,
he's ready to
Mahershala?
like bail the whole project. Yeah,
he
but
was kinda
he
upset
seems
about
like he's excited about what they've shown him as far as plans for the movie. So
That sounds sick.
He said,
if he's happy, I'm happy. I mean, I don't want the guy to walk away from the
yeah,
role,
what did he
so.
say? He said he's like, it's like finally getting to a place where he's like excited and
Yeah.
it seems like they're ready to kind of take off with it. I hope I don't really care as long as it's good. I'm not PG-13, rated R, whatever. I just hope it's
No,
good.
if the movie's good, there's enough violence you can get away with a PG-13 movie.
You can't do
Yeah.
a leather club blood scene PG-13.
Is that what you need out of this?
Yeah.
I need that.
Do
for
it in
sure.
black and white.
All right.
That would be dope. And then you can make it PG-13.
And anything else?
Like those stylistic choices. I don't know. But I mean, for Deadpool, it would be kind of silly to go back like on it and be PG-13 because if we've already seen it rated R
Correct.
and know like
be off-putting.
what we would be missing out on.
Yeah.
But with Blade, like if it's like definitely PG-13, I'm not like, oh man, like it's I still have some confidence in
You
it.
could
Still
do
gonna
one.
watch it.
You could do one F-bomb in a PG-13.
It's true.
Yeah.
You could do one.
That's the.
Is that what you
that's the
think's going to
bar.
be missing from the rated? Like if there's
they
no
say
F bombs.
That's-
They're just like no.
If there's enough blood and they say.
I mean, it's
F,
very
and-
important usually for a PG-13 movie of how they use their 3 shits or their 1 F-bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is true. That's
Yeah.
true.
The Guardians of the Galaxy,
I thought it was
when it
great.
happened in Guardians 3, that was
my favorite.
incredible.
That was my favorite.
That was
He's
epic.
like, open the effing door.
That was the funniest thing.
Man.
Usually the subtle ones are the best.
the best,
Yeah.
When there's
really
build up, you're like, all right, I saw that coming.
That one, it just took me by surprise, and I loved it.
Hold on.
I squoze Frank's knee.
Do your Batman sculptures have Santa Claus hats on the back of them?
That's
They do.
Sick.
They do. They're actually like Santa Claus hats for wine bottles.
Oh,
When I saw
okay.
the measurements, I'm like, those would fit the heads of the statues.
Wow.
I love it.
I saw like a Batman Beyond in the corner with.
that's very innovative.
Santa. Yeah, that's extremely.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
Is the season.
I have a bunch more.
Yes.
So eventually, I'm thinking they're all gonna have Santa hats.
Have to.
What booze?
Assuming- I don't know
What
about
booze
Bane.
are you
Bane-
drinking?
Bane's head is huge.
You're just like killing wine bottles. Like I,
know.
have to get it.
Drinking, yeah. Everybody, well,
It's for
They
the
start on a
season.
wine bottle, and then they eventually move over into my statues.
That's awesome.
Does Bane have a Santa hat?
Not yet.
that'd be
His
great.
head's huge. I don't know. We'll try it out.
He seems like the kind of guy that probably doesn't celebrate Christmas.
All 4 Ninja Turtles
But,
use a Santa hat. I better get drinking.
Austin just said in the chat that Blade is confirmed to be rated R and Echo is TV MA. Austin's not like the forefront of authority on these kind of things though, but I tend to trust Austin.
Oh, okay.
I think he probably Googled it or something
I
while we
think
were
so
on.
too.
Yeah, so Google also
Austin's not
corrects
the
us, but
end all
Austin,
be all.
he's usually the guy that corrects us though. So
Yeah, true.
What about Doctor Strange 3? Could be R. That's what Timmy was saying there in the chat. That's a potential.
what if they
R
got
rating.
Scott Derrickson back, or Sam Raimi? Let him do a rated R spooky.
But what's
scary-
Sam Raimi doing? Is he one of the?
He might be
he's
doing the-
uh,
he's
Kang
like-
Dynasty, right? Or
Yeah,
Secret
well,
Wars?
not yet, but he is like the leading choice to direct one of those, both of those.
Interesting.
I like Sam Raimi, even though I didn't love Multiverse of Madness. I watch anything Sam Raimi does.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Same.
Say that.
We're talking a lot about stuff and how it started and where we're getting to now with Deadpool. Deadpool had a past history. Everybody's got a past. and a history and how they got started. And we want to talk to you about how you got started
Nice
in the
transition.
hobby and how your IG presence came to be. So you give us a little bit about the secret origin of Mark.
Oh, there you
The
go.
origin story.
I'll try not to make it too long. But my getting into collecting and reading comics started pretty much when I was like 6 years old. My mom, after like a big appointment, like a doctor's appointment, dentist appointment, she would take me to a toy store, and they had 50-cent, 25-cent comics.
Sick.
So we'd go there, and I didn't know anything about like what run it was or anything. I just see a cover and be like, oh yeah. Always gravitated towards the Batman comics. I remember, and I still have it, my first Batman comic was a Showcase 93. It's from the Nightfall run. I think it was Showcase 93,
cool.
number 8. It had like a crazy Two-Face cover, and
Nice.
I picked it up, and that was my first Batman comic. And ever since, man, I just always been infatuated with that universe. Obviously got into like Batman, the animated series growing up, watching cartoons and all that stuff. And yeah, I didn't really like read comics until I would say like 2016, after I was done with college. Like, we didn't have a comic shop, and frankly, I was in a fraternity, and like I wasn't gonna sit in my room and read comics. I'd probably just get punched in the face or something.
Yeah,
but,
probably. Fair.
No.
Fair.
What are you doing with those comic
all my
books,
buddies
nerd?
from college, like, right, dude.
Shotgun this beer
Yeah,
now.
Yeah, drink it.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is a nice book.
Get the bars of soap, throw them in the But yeah, not till after college, I like didn't even know what an indie comic was. And I'm like, all right, I got to start reading these because these are crazy. Like, I picked up Saga, Descender, got really big into indies. And obviously I remember the first Batman run I actually like picked up all the way through was the Rebirth run for Batman in 2016. That was
Tom
like
King. Very
when
cool.
Tom King came on and stuff. So I have that run. It was all right. Yeah, I picked up
Yes.
yeah.
It had its moments.
But yeah, that's pretty much how I got into comics. And then IG follows suit. It followed suit later on. I had a podcast with a couple of my buddies for 6 years. So a lot of like my social media presence was behind this podcast page we did. And it was all pop culture related, movie related, and things like that. And then eventually that ended. We had kids and all that stuff. And I just was like, you know what? I'm still big into comics. I really enjoy this hobby. I enjoy the community, the people in it, and started a page. And I had like that prior videography, kind of like editing Photoshop, editing Premiere Pro. So I was pretty good at like video editing and photo editing. So
Nice.
kind of
Very
just started an Instagram, and that's where I am now.
Nice.
He's got the video. Your videos are beautiful, by the way. He's got the videos where he's
I
doing
appreciate it.
the weekly top 5 for New Comic Book Day coming out and stuff. And I'm usually going through the little package thing that gets sent in the DM. Like, you tap it, it opens the gift box or whatever it
Right.
is, and it gives you the
Yep.
list of the 5 books.
Mhm.
I buy a ton of books every week anyway. I usually am buying all 5 of those books, but yesterday I got all 5 books that I wouldn't normally have gotten. I picked them all up.
Nice.
And I got the one, we're going to talk about this stuff as we go along, but I picked up this. I don't know if you read this one yet or not, Mark, the Our
loved
Bones
it.
Dust. Yeah, I didn't read it yet, but I was just stuff that I heard from you. And he's got some connection to Mike Mignola. I think the guy that's
he
writing.
did some writing in the Mignola verse.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what titles, but
He
whatever,
did the
there was a few
Underground
titles he did writing.
Frankenstein.
Oh, Dave Stewart.
thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, he worked on him with that. So, and then Mignola does the B cover for this book too. So
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
yeah,
I have it. Yep.
Awesome.
So
Yeah, it's really good, but I might be a little biased because I'm kind of in that mode, that sci-fi mode. I don't know if you guys watched what's it called? Scavenger's Reign on HBO. It's like 90s and animated. Dude, it's crazy. You guys got to watch it.
Sounds dope.
But it's kind of similar. It's like dystopian, sci-fi, futuristic. This like spaceship of people crash land at like a distant planet, and it's real gory and stuff. So
Ooh, I'm in.
yeah, Our Bones Dust. It's very
Very cool.
What is it? Our Bones Dust. Our Dust Bones.
Our Bones Dust.
Our bones dust.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super gory, and I didn't know that going into it. It's
Ooh, let me see
pretty
it.
crazy.
It's like groups of cannibals and this is like
Yeah.
this kid is like a survivor, like he's feral, and there's groups of cannibals that are around, and it's
Oh yeah, run it. Let
There you go.
me flip
All
through this thing right here.
Sonny loves cannibals. There's one thing that we
Good
all
old
know.
cannibal comic.
He's a big fan of
Delicious.
Big
cannibals.
old cannibals.
yeah.
You'll like see a guy in the background just like hacking off a leg and
Yep.
stuff.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty intense.
Nice.
What is bought,
You had
Sonny?
mentioned the Batman connection, that you are a big Batman fan and kind of one of the main characters that you had followed throughout collecting. I wanted to get your opinion, maybe a thought or two about who you think James Gunn could possibly get to play his Batman. Do we go with Pattinson? Do we go with one of these older actors that have already played Batman? Do we go with somebody younger? Do you have a thought or maybe a preference as to who you think should be playing the Cape Crusader?
So I think James Gunn made it pretty clear in his like promo trailer he released about his universe and the whatever it was called, the Monsters Phase 1 universe.
Gods and
that-
Monsters.
Gods and Monsters. Yep. That Pattinson would not be Batman. That's going to be an Elseworld universe, which is fine. I think it's a super grounded Batman, and man, I'm excited for like the villains they can introduce in that universe, but I digress. So I don't think it's going to be Batman. I don't think it's going to be Pattinson. And now I'm kind of all over the place with the casting of the Superman guy. He's like 30 years old. So you got to keep in mind Jensen Ackles or whatever. That's like the number one fan casting. I feel
Everybody's
like
been
right now
talking
for
about
Batman.
him being in the role.
Yeah. And he's 45, but you also have to keep in mind, okay, we're going to get a Damian most likely because he did reference the Grant Morrison Batman stuff. So it needs to be a little bit older of a Batman, but you can't have a Ben Affleck if you want to keep, in my opinion, if you want to keep this universe going. You need to have Jensen Ackles would be great because he doesn't really necessarily look 45, but he could be, the father to Damian.
Absolutely.
And then who else is there? There's like the guy that was who's that villain in the Punisher series?
Yeah, I don't remember his name. He's in like the AT&T commercials out here or something like that.
Yeah. I guess that guy would be okay.
Interesting.
He's very like British or Scottish.
I'm still going Antonio Banderas, bro.
I hate you.
I'm like, I think he would just crush it. Dude.
You do?
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Sure you would.
And then people brought up John Hamm too.
That's who
And
my brain always goes to, honestly.
I would like that. I would really,
I
really
love
like
John Hamm. I am a huge Mad Men guy, but I recently, and this is nothing against John Hamm. I don't know if you guys seen like pictures or videos recently. He just got married and there was some video that came out. He looks pretty aged now compared to like a few years ago. So
I hear marriage does that to you.
He even looks older than Ben Affleck does. So I don't know if that's the route we want to go.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. He needs to be closer to Corn Sweat in age than like 15 years older than him.
Yeah, I mean, because John Hamm, if they don't,
John Hamm's 52.
Oh wow, what about Jensen?
He's like 45. Mark said. I think Ackles will be fine because he doesn't look 45. He wears his age very well at this point, and I think for like another 10 years he probably will. But that's probably the number one pick. But I'm sure if the Corn Sweat choice is any indication, we have no idea who he's gonna cast as Batman. We have no idea.
Frankie just put that in there. It's Ben Barnes. He's in there in the chat.
There you go.
Ben Barnes is that actor that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And
I
he's
liked him in that
42,
show,
43. So
he looks very young though. Like he's a really young looking
He was
guy.
in Westworld. He was in the Westworld.
He was
He was in
Westworld,
Westworld.
too.
Yeah. He's really
I see
good in
him
Westworld.
every other because the thing I stream basketball games on, that commercial with him in it comes up like all the time.
Every second.
And so I see him like every other day while I'm watching basketball.
I'm curious, since we're on the Batman talk, who is your favorite Batman actor?
I would have to say, well, Kevin Conroy, but that's an easy
Oh,
cop
yeah.
out.
Fair,
Live
fair.
action, I assume, is what you're talking about.
Yes.
I was born in the 90s, so I wasn't quite Michael Keaton age growing up. It was Bale
Mm-hmm.
was what, like, seeing the Bale movies in 08 or whatever, that just kind of
For sure.
blew my mind.
Yeah,
I would
same.
have to go with Bale, and I understand Batman. When you read the comics, you're like, no, it's not Bale at all. But for me, it is. Yes, Ben Affleck, I would say, is the most accurate when you look at comics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Bale for me.
That's fair.
Okay.
I don't know. I've been watching this Pattinson for a long time, and I think it's really grounded and fitting into a nice, I don't know,
I
nice
think
play.
Pattinson or Bale for me.
Yeah, I think for same reason for you. Bale is just nostalgic. I think my favorite fight scene goes to Ben Affleck in the whatever that shed.
Not
thing.
anymore for me.
No,
It's
The warehouse,
Pattinson when he's getting shot in the dark hallway in the Batman. That's just so much. That's my favorite Batman thing. Like my favorite Batman fight in like any movie ever is that it's like ripped straight out of a comic book. That's my favorite thing ever.
I love when he just goes in the club and like grapple guns that guy. Yanks him, dude. Pattinson, I would say, is number 2. Yeah. And I remember when they casted him, and I'm just thinking Heath Ledger. Everyone was shitting on Heath Ledger when he was casted. Yeah. Everyone's like, he's going to twinkle, sparkle, whatever. Mm-hmm. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, recently saw that A24 movie when they announced the casting. I'm like, dude, this guy can freaking act.
He can act.
Just
dude.
watch.
He can act. Yeah. And I did the same thing. I was like, oh man, Pattinson, dude, for real.
Well, you know what's funny about that? I have a friend who I went to high school with, and he was like a football player. He's not really like a big like comic or like superhero movie guy, but I remember when Ben Affleck got cast. He on Twitter, and I like stay in contact with him, said something about he wished it would have been Robert Pattinson.
Oh wow.
And I was like, when he said that, I was like, I don't know about that, bro. And then all this time later, he got. It's one of the weirdest like phenomenons like I've ever experienced. Yeah. Like it was this random dude I went to high school with who was like, oh, it should have been Pattinson. And I was like, bro, what? Yeah, right. And then 5 years later, or however many years, it's him, and I'm like, yeah, he was right. It's badass, so weird. But
I knew he was good. I thought he'd make a good bet. When I saw Lighthouse.
That's what. But that hadn't came out yet.
Twas he.
That's right.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
My favorite Pattinson interview in wake of the Batman stuff is he's like, I think it's Variety where they're like, go through your like most iconic roles. And they get to Batman, and he's like, well, my agent was like, I thought you just wanted to do weird, like, indie stuff. Like, or not indie, but weird, like, weird, different characters. Pattinson was like, he's a dude that dresses up at night as a bat. That's pretty freaking weird, bro.
Weirder can you get?
That's me. Yeah, I'm down with that.
He's like, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
My favorite Batman all time, I know you didn't ask, but there's not a point
it's upsetting,
in anyone's life that cares.
I want to hear it.
Astronaut.
Thank you.
Adam West, of course.
Oh, I love Adam West. He's great.
Really?
Fair.
Adam West.
Fair.
Don't you remember the Batusi? Oh. Oh.
That's why you like it so much. We'll be doing that the rest of the show.
That is amazing. Thanks. Thank you for that.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
What about you, Frank?
I like Christian Bale a lot. He felt like the way Batman should carry himself on screen. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Pattinson was really good.
I think if the second movie is good,
then it might shift
easily
some opinions.
my pick. Yeah.
No,
it's fair, man.
Here's what I think people have reservations on Pattinson about is the whole like emo, super dark Bruce Wayne, and I get that, but everyone has to keep in mind it's year 2 Bruce Wayne. Mm-hmm. So what I hope is going to happen, and I think they kind of insinuated this at the end of the first one, was that he realizes he can't just be Batman all the time. Like he has to be Bruce Wayne as well. So I hope there is some portion of him that kind of switches to like the suave Bruce Wayne side. It doesn't need to go like full blown Bruce Wayne, but starts to make that step towards that.
Yeah, because I definitely like when Bale is Bruce Wayne and he's like, oh, like, we'll get a table.
When they're swimming in the fountain. Place. Yeah, that's
like,
great.
Oh, you're telling me they can't swim here.
And you got girls swimming in aquariums.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
in aquarium.
It's just a night. It's a night in Vegas. Yeah, that happens.
Well, Mark, you had talked about like your first experience with Batman comics and stuff, and it like resonated with me because I had very similar like introduction to comics, like Nightfall. Mm-hmm. And my dad had he already had like Nightfall and the Death of Superman comics in the house, and those are the ones I read. But the like first Batman comic I ever got with my father at the comic book store, like completely unironically, I have with me today because we're going to talk about it in our comic book segment later that will like come out at a later date. But it's this first issue in the Batman Hush, Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee, Scott Williams run. So it's funny that came up because we do the new comic book day thing. And sometimes you don't have time to read or whatever. So I was like, you know what? With the new DCU stuff coming out, I'm going to bring this in. And it's just so weird. And the other book I have is the first issue in the Action Comics Brainiac run.
Nice.
Nice.
And just the weird, like, my dad wasn't like an avid comic book reader, but he just happened to get these two in like 2002 and 2008 or whatever. And these were like, I can't tell you how many times I would flip through the Batman first issue of this. He fights Killer Croc, and it's just one of the coolest, like, images ever of him fighting Killer Croc. Cool and when I was a kid, I would just like Killer Croc when I was like 8 years old, 7 years old. He's probably my favorite Batman villain. Yeah. Now, as I got older, he doesn't really have that much to him as a character. But like when I read this, and then when I played the Arkham games, and he was like a terrifying thing lurking in the sewers.
Monster.
He was my favorite when I was a kid because of this comic book, and that kind of like same with you. It like launched me into like reading Batman. Like these guys know I read so much Batman stuff.
That cover is insane.
Yeah, it's great. And
one of the greatest covers of all time.
I'll save some stuff for the comic book segment. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. That kind of a similar experience I had as you, just having comic books in the house and then actually getting one of kind of a seminal run without probably even knowing that it was going to be a seminal run at the time.
Just picked it up.
And I think that's really cool. And it's fun that comic books can kind of have that kind of shared experience.
I agree.
I love
Absolutely.
that. And villain wise, it's funny you mentioned that because same thing with me growing up, probably like my second or third Batman comic I picked up, I would bring it with me everywhere, flip through it, like you said. And it wasn't the first appearance of Ventriloquist, but it had Ventriloquist and Scarface in it. So for whatever reason, like those villains or that villain, I guess you call it one, just stuck with me. And now I'm thinking like the Battinson universe, sorry.
No, you're okay.
You're totally good.
I drop F-bombs all the time, guys.
So do I. It's okay. I've trained myself. It's all right.
How sick that would be to have like villains like that in that universe.
Yeah,
I agree.
You mentioned Batman, the animated series. And for me, that was like when I started to really, really get into Batman. Just because when I was younger, I was like, dude, he doesn't have any powers, lame, And then when I started getting older, I'm like, oh, that's why he's like extremely badass. And Batman the Animated Series, Clayface was my
very cool. Yeah,
my villain. And so I would think I've heard kind of rumors about them trying to do that in the new Batman movie, which would be interesting. To
I
kind
think
of see.
he is confirmed.
Someone
as
will
one of or
as
the
one
villain.
of, because it was like between him
that.
and Mr. Freeze, and I think they've kind of debunked the Mr. Freeze thing at this point, and it's going to be Basil Karlo or some version of him.
Yeah, I think that would be amazing to kind of see, like like an actor, and he try to like better himself, goes through whatever kind of crazy surgery. I don't know, whatever they played to kind of make it grounded. Batman animated series, that was my favorite villain.
Well, like the Batman the Animated Series and just comic books and the character of Batman specifically in general, he carries through like time, and I don't mean like the 80s and 90s. I mean like as a human.
Yeah.
Like when you're 8, you like the really cool looking scary villains, and Batman's just cool because he's cool. And then slowly as you get older, you still have an appreciation for those, but the characters who maybe have a little more depth to them, like Hush or Two-Face or the Joker or Scarecrow, they start to be more of your favorites because you kind of, and that's like a weird like quality that comics have that a lot of other stuff don't have. Like you can read them, well, so obviously there is, but you can read them as like a kid and find like love them a 10 out of 10 for a completely different reason that when you read it at 25, 35, 45, that it's still a 10 out of 10, but just for a completely different reason.
Yeah, sure.
They cater to both audiences so well. Yeah.
I felt that way
Batman.
about anything that had Power Girl in it.
Oh, there. That's a very Shane take.
For very different reasons. When you were 15 and then 25 and then 35 and 45. For very different reasons.
I don't know what it was.
Shane, I would venture to assume that the reason you like Power Girl is the same at 15 as it is now.
That's probably pretty accurate.
It's the stars.
It's the blonde hair.
She's really cool.
Yeah, it's the haircut.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Sick character design.
Great outfit.
Oh my word.
What are we doing?
I don't know how to really
It's always got to be
segue into this, but it goes together like, any great pair. We had the pleasure of the trailer this week. We got our first look at the team up that I guess we've been waiting for our entire lives between Godzilla and Kong.
Oh, yes.
They're going to be, I don't know, taking on the multiverse. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to see this trailer. What is it? Kong and
the Empire Strikes Back.
Yes, Kong and Godzilla, The Empire Strikes Back. We got our first look recently this past weekend, and we're going to check out the trailer now.
On a side note,
Vin
Tanya,
Diesel and the family show up. I'm freaking out.
Tanya, that's not how you spell Pfeiffer.
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 Family.
For most of human civilization,
What?
we believed that life could only exist on the surface of our planet.
He was wrong.
Thank you, Sonny.
We was wrong. What the?
Infinity Gauntlet.
What else were we wrong about?
Word.
Welcome to my world. Won't you come on in?
This world has more secrets than we could possibly imagine.
Miracles I get. Still
Is that Schmiegel?
That's not Kong.
What the?
Who could have done this?
Have you not seen this?
Not this one. I've seen another one.
Scar King.
Oh, he's back. That's cool. I like him.
Kong can't stop this on his own.
Brian Tyree Riley, I think his name is.
He won't be alone.
Or
He's evolving.
Paperboy. Paperboy's in
Yeah,
it.
Paperboy, bro. Shout out to Atlanta.
Atlanta. Whoa.
On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Godzilla after we watched Barbie.
He's bald. Man.
Dang it, dang it.
That's why he's so mad.
It's one man. Oh.
Yo.
That's dope. Them running side by side.
Dude.
I think the movie looks dope.
It was like,
Oh, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it.
Is that a mini Kong?
I hadn't seen that part.
Kind of
of the
look like
trailer.
Kevin Hart a little bit.
Wow.
Where's Mothra or whatever the moth thing?
Yeah,
Didn't
we
he
need
die?
that.
I think he died in the King of Monsters one.
Oh, they don't have another
I
one?
don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I do. I watch it. I'm like a huge fan of those movies.
There was a lot of people
They're my guilty
online.
pleasure.
No,
Yeah.
dude.
Yes, he died and melted into Godzilla, and he became this big nuke. Look, bro, you talking to the wrong
Okay,
person.
okay, okay,
And
okay,
he-
okay,
and he
okay,
became
okay,
this
okay,
big
right,
nuclear
right,
power.
okay, yeah, you're right.
And then he blew King Ghidorah away in like
You're right.
the dopest scene ever.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. My bad. The internet is tripping over that scene of them running side
It's
by
pretty.
side.
It's
looks-
Godzilla.
Okay, first
that
off,
looks silly.
It looks goofy, but
Oh.
remember when Godzilla slid on his tail
that's what I'm saying.
in the
One,
old
That's
school?
still better
One.
than the Batman.
One, and we're talking about a radioactive gigantic lizard like running with King Kong. It's all crazy. So why are you focused on? It looked dope, dude. To
Oh,
me, I
bro,
was like,
I mean, Mark, I want to get your thoughts, please.
You know what I'm saying?
Before we start getting crazy over here.
I'm gonna get crazy.
I wanted like a zoom in on like Godzilla's arms while he was like running.
They should have
I
heard
don't
him
have a lot
something.
of thoughts. Like these movies just bring in a bunch of different universes, like throw in Fast and Furious, throw in the family, throw in
Godzilla
whatever
versus-
else.
yeah.
I don't care.
Really don't.
This is just a popcorn flick. You're gonna have fun watching it.
Oh,
Dude.
dude.
Imagine
Yes.
how many people would lose their mind if Vin Diesel drove his Challenger off a ramp into Godzilla and he like knocked him out cold with the Challenger. Or no, he falls
Family.
out of the Challenger and like Godzilla closes his mouth on him, but then
he's-
it cuts and he's
like,
holding it up.
family. Nothing
Kong
stronger
looks
than
out in the distance. There's a helicopter just like bringing in a huge Corona bottle for him, and he's like, "Your family."
Not the Corona.
It's like Daddy Yankee playing in the background.
I like the team up though. There's some space there that we could get some other giant creatures maybe running next to them. Maybe Clifford the big red dog or something. Tie that in. Let's get some big animal monster creatures. A whole super team.
Well, he's in live action now. Clifford.
Look. Okay. Nonsense aside, it's like
You don't gotta convince me.
We
bro.
didn't say
Oh.
nonsense aside. Go ahead.
It's gonna be a popcorn flick for sure, but it does
nonsense
look
for a second?
dope. Kong has an infinity gauntlet, bro.
Bro, I know.
Yeah,
I
There's
really,
a little mini Kong that kind of looks like the Scar King, so I think Kong might be doing some dirty macking. And there's something involved. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Is that Kong's baby? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's more than meets the eye in the
people are talking.
That's the baby he had with Kevin Hart.
You feel me?
About
Skull
the
Island,
King
people are
Dong.
talking. Yeah.
King Dong.
No, I
He said
like
with the King Dong.
Yes. Is that Kong's baby?
I like all of
For sure.
the like the new Godzilla King Kong universe. I really enjoy watching every single one of
The
those
last
movies.
one was dope.
Yeah, they're all a lot of fun.
Last one's
And then just the whole Godzilla thing. Like I know you and Austin watched Godzilla -1, and you did. Not connected, but still.
Mark,
Godzilla.
did you see it yet? The Godzilla -1?
No.
Oh, dude.
Bro,
I heard it was good.
Dude.
What is that?
bro.
It's really
It's a
good.
Japanese Godzilla movie that's in like theaters right now, and it looks dope. And they said it's dope.
Oh,
It's
I
the
saw.
remake.
I didn't see it. I saw that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's
Bro.
good.
It is so good. One of the best stories this year. The graphics kind of look a little shoddy in a couple of scenes,
Shoddy.
but this movie had a $15 million budget. Flash had $250 million. All right,
Right.
this movie
And what looked better?
this Godzilla
Okay.
by a long shot. There was some shoddy scenes, but it looked really dope. Like he does the atomic breath, and it shows like I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, I didn't know what to
Yeah,
expect. I
it
thought
was
it was
dope.
great, Mark. I hope
Atomic
you'd get a
breath.
chance to go see it.
It
I
was-
thought it was
and,
great.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I have the AMC A list for this month,
Do
and I'm
it.
thinking
There you
about
go.
Do it,
canceling.
bro.
But I have
Do
to
it.
watch a movie
It's really good.
at least
It's
once
worth it.
Do
this month at some point. So I'll probably check that out.
I don't know if you like watch anime or anything, or if subtitles bother you at all, but you kind of
No.
it blends in a minute, like kind of through. You're like, oh, this is cool.
After
Yeah.
like 20 minutes, I wasn't even thinking
Yeah.
about it.
yeah,
that
you're
won't
not even
bother.
thinking about it.
And I wouldn't recommend watching this unless you've seen like at least a couple of the new Godzilla universe, like American Godzilla, King Kong movies. But the Monarch Legacy of Monsters show on Apple TV is very good.
Is it
It's-
over now? Or
mid.
is it still going on?
No, there's
Mid.
2 more seasons or 2 more episodes coming out.
You were saying mid?
And
Mid.
Yeah,
I think it's-
I don't think it's that good.
I've really enjoyed. I'm not
okay.
like raving about it, but
Okay.
it's fun to watch Wyatt Russell play a younger version of his dad, and then his dad play the older version.
I think that part's dope.
There's some really cool monster work in one of the episodes with this like not before seen like it's not like as big as Godzilla. It's not even close. It's like the size of like a plane, if even that. And it's like this ice monster that almost swims under the ice and jumps out and attacks them and stuff.
Have you seen it, Mark?
And it's very cool. The TV
No.
show? No,
Okay.
it's if you ever get around to watching all the new Godzilla King Kongs movies and you want more of that, I think it's definitely more of that, and it's definitely not the same kind of monster mayhem. But there's my favorite scene in the whole series so far is this girl is going to like that doesn't really matter. She's in Japan.
Shane sold already.
She's trying to meet some some like old family members or something.
girl going.
And this is post 2014 Godzilla, but before Godzilla King of Monsters. So like the whole universe ain't been thrown down yet.
right.
And there's no Kong like thrown out with him. But it's showing the fallout of the attack everywhere. And in Japan, there's like monthly or weekly tests to sound this hey kaiju alarm, and they go into these underground bunkers, and you see one of the girls who was present for the San Francisco thing in 2014, she's having like PTSD while she's under the thing.
Oh, absolutely.
And there are admittedly some boring parts of the show, but there is stuff like that also that is like really engaging and cool to see the fallout of. Yeah, you'd be scared if the bus you were on the San Francisco bridge got blown up by a giant lizard, and to see the
Yes.
fallout of that.
But I'm just saying, there's
They
a lot
brought
of.
in some of the same actors. You're saying into this?
No, so it's just a new character that like because in
Just was there.
in 2014 it's not like just showing you all the characters on the
Yeah.
bridge, but it flashes back and shows her trying to get out of this
Okay.
bus and trying to save all these kids off the bus, and Godzilla just tears through the bus, and then she's like, I felt so helpless, and you see like the fallout from that.
I mean, that's great, but there's a lot of work between actors and characters, or the human characters, are the problem in this. A lot of it falls flat.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
But it's a usual. But it is the
Like
usual,
when they do the monster stuff, I'm like sick.
Yeah,
It's just the usual talking that nobody really wants to hear from.
There's
humans
one
in this
plot
little
line in
show.
particular with it. There's like me and you have the same dad, but he cheated on both of our moms and we don't know about it. That part is definitely the weakest part of the show.
Is that how they recap it?
It's just
Pretty
like
much,
that.
yeah.
It's just like that, dude.
If that was done a little better, I think that character is going to end up being their dad or grandfather is going to end up being Kurt Russell. I think that'll make it a little better. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. It's like something to watch right now, especially since there's not much coming out right now.
So you gave it an 8.
Cool.
I'll give it like a 7.
Yeah, I'll watch it eventually.
It's cool.
fair.
Anyways, I
I
digress.
don't even have Apple Plus TV Plus or minus.
I don't either. I watch it at my girlfriend's house.
I'll give
So I'm gonna go do that.
I'll give
Yeah,
you
you come
my
over.
Apple.
Listen.
Since you gave me the Disney.
No. I've had enough.
I gave you the what?
Frank, I told you 1,000 times to watch Severance. I gave you my Apple TV Plus password and all that, yada, yada, yada.
Uh-oh.
You still have
upset
not
with
done
me.
it.
You're in trouble.
And I
right now.
refuse to sit here and listen
Shane,
to
we've got company.
I'm sorry.
That's a
Pipe
great
down.
show, though. I'm with them. Keep going.
Thank you.
Mark signs off and you're getting upset.
Severance is a great show. I've told Frank to watch it 1,000 times. He refuses to watch it.
And you know what? Liz and I are about to start watching it because guess what?
What?
There's only one season out and I can catch up on
It's
it.
good.
Thank
No,
you.
but wait,
Yeah.
there's
I
more.
thought it was a comedy at first, and then I was like, ooh,
You're like, oh,
It's
this is
isn't
this
it
is
good
not a
though?
comedy
Is it?
at all.
It's good. Huh?
Yeah.
Liz
good.
and Paul and Frank are getting ready to watch.
I
it.
love
Yes,
it.
that's true. But Frank's going to come over and hang out. Yeah.
yeah.
Please
James
watch
and my-
Severance. Everyone out there, if you haven't seen it, watch Severance.
Yeah, Frank is there in the chat. He says Severance was phenomenal.
We got
Thank you.
to catch up with your namesake and watch the show.
Yeah,
My
I gotta
fa-
hang out with him.
My favorite character is Britt Lauer
He
on
Googled it.
Severance.
I was like, he's been sitting
That's
there
his
Googling.
Because I know her
favorite
show.
character,
I know her
and
show name. I know
Googled
her. I know her name on the show, but I didn't know her actual
Oh,
actress.
okay.
This is her actress name.
Big Nick's
Britt
here in
Lauer.
the chat. He says password sharing is illegal, sir. For
So sorry.
shame.
Oops.
So sorry.
Ha ha. But listen, couch sharing is not illegal.
Whoops.
So I'll go over there with Paul.
That's
and
true.
hang-
Shame.
Shame.
That's what
Shame.
when Nick sees me, that's what he's gonna do.
Shame.
now you just got to all get naked now. And just,
The Walk of
Shame.
Atonement. We have to do the Walk of
damn it.
Atonement.
That episode is funny.
Shame.
Funny. Oh my God. You're a sick individual, Paul.
That whole episode.
I was kind of mad.
Funny.
I was kind of mad.
That was a
Homegirl
blooper reel.
just flips and becomes a villain out of nowhere.
I was kind of upset when they didn't let Lady Marjorie. She had to
Lady
atone.
Margarine?
Lady
She not butter?
Marmalade.
You know, she had to do the atonement, and then all of a sudden, they know atonements now. You know?
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
I gotta go to the
Anyway,
door.
Game of Thrones reference. Let Marcus in
Before he leaves.
What?
before he leaves.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Mark, where are you out in the world of Plus? Are you looking forward to the Echo series? If you are, you're the only one. But I mean, are you looking forward to the Echo series at all? Are you excited for it?
I assume you're talking about the Disney Plus.
The
Plus
and Echo.
Plus.
Yeah.
I'm not too excited about the Echo series by any means. Loki was really good. I don't know
Loki was great.
what's going to top that, if anything, ever. So yeah.
so he's
my hopes kinda
echoing
died
our
with Loki.
sentiment.
Loki was so great.
Thank you. Quan heard it. Thank you.
Echo may be lame.
What did I miss?
It might, well, they're
Echo's
gonna,
going to be lame.
It's not.
Sorry to be a downer, but
You can't be very hopeful if they're going to put all the episodes out in one day.
Yeah, I know.
No,
It's like-
yeah.
It's only 5
get him
episodes.
ooh,
out.
I'm gonna binge them. I'm gonna binge them right away.
Oh yeah.
5
What is it,
20-minute
5 episodes?
Yeah,
It's
I don't know if
5
they're 20
episodes.
minutes.
It's like they're saying, hurry and get through the good part.
Originally it was 8, and then I guess there's like some I don't know what you want to call it, the hierarchy, whatever, the council of Feige.
Kings.
Yeah.
He's like, they're all sitting there and they're like, well, this episode's kind of irrelevant. Don't put that in there. Cut that. And then,
Yeah.
what do we got left? 5 episodes? All right,
episodes.
just put it out.
You got it. Put it
Is
out.
it going to be Christmas themed though? I didn't mind Hawkeye.
I
at
liked
all.
Me
neither.
I-
Hawkeye was fun.
I like
mainly
that.
because it was Christmas themed. I love any show that comes out at Christmas time, and then they're like,
In
"Oh,
the
New York
lane.
Christmas big tree, cool." I'm all
Hawkeye
about
was
that.
enjoyable. It was like a surprise. Hawkeye was kind of surprising. He was so good. I enjoyed Hawkeye.
Do you like that, Shane?
You singing "Walking in a Winter Wonderland"?
Yeah.
Paul attempted to sing "Walking."
I did
in
not
a Winter
attempt.
Wonderland.
I did sing it.
Oh my word.
Rewind that back later on, folks. To hear Paul singing.
What was the tree called? What is this? Is it the
What was the
Rockefeller? What is it? The Rockefeller?
The
tree?
Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like next to the
30
Rockefeller
Rock.
Center. Yeah.
I've been in New York once.
Okay.
I've been 3 times.
All right, everybody.
Congratulations.
Now everyone tell everyone how many times they've been to New York.
Congratulations. Did you see the tree when you were there?
No, it was summertime.
Did you see the Rockettes while you were there?
No, dude, I went to like Central Park and ate a bagel.
Oh, but you had a good time.
It's a very New York thing.
Did you
to
get
do.
mugged while you were there?
Bagels,
No,
bagels.
no,
Yeah,
but
bagels and lox.
Oh,
yeah,
here
of
we
course.
go.
but I saw a dude peeing on the subway, and I was like,
That's
I'm
amazing,
never
yo.
coming back here ever again, dude.
Oh man,
That's what made you never want to go
the
back.
culture,
It's
the
the
culture. That's an
Yeah,
experience.
it's an experience.
Exactly.
The metro, just somebody peeing or pooping right on the subway line.
Sick.
It happens
That's what New
constantly.
York's. That's what New York is about.
New York, state of mind.
I hated my time there.
You got
I
me
love
singing
it.
now.
I love it.
Wow.
Uh,
I
Food's
did
great.
get Frank sing.
Mark, how do they find you out there in the internet world?
Wow.
That was awkward.
What are you talking about?
Your socials,
How
all
did you
those
find
things.
me?
How do we
Yeah, like,
find
what-
you?
I don't want to.
Oh,
Not
sorry.
these
How do you
guys.
find
I don't
me?
want to find
You don't want
True.
them. You don't want them to
Plugs.
find you.
I
How do
don't
they
even-
find you on a
Yeah.
subway?
Well, here's my address. No. Find me on Instagram, Mark Nerdy AF. Find me on do a little bit of YouTube, same thing, Mark Nerdy AF. Same thing for TikTok. Those are the 3.
Very nice.
The tickety talks.
We got your stuff pulled up here on the screen for all to see.
got the
Shout out Quan.
Dope.
the feet finder, the links.
Oh,
all
yeah.
that.
He doesn't
That's
have-
the one I'm
does he
going
have
to.
Feet Finder?
Yeah, it's on
Dude,
the
that
Amazon
Amazon store, I've had there's a video that kind of blew up that was like with this like lounge chair I have. Like it's like a little ground chair for reading. And there were so many messages like, where'd you get that chair? And I just
Really?
was-
The chair?
I've probably sent 150 people this link for Amazon. And now I'm like trying to direct people to that shop because I just can't do it anymore.
Do you get
But
a discount code?
Wow.
Do you get a discount code?
Amazon is so shisty with the
Shiesty.
their affiliate commission. I think I get like 1%.
Ooh, so like
So it'd be like $1 if somebody bought
Wow.
Hey man,
$100
150
in your
that adds
pocket.
up, bro.
it. No, but I sent people the chair
Still.
and usually they don't buy because it's like $100 chair. And I don't know if people thought it was like $20 or something, but
You think you're skimping out on your chair? It can't be that much.
yeah.
Like,
Don't skimp on the chairs ever.
No.
Never
Yeah,
skimp on the
come on.
chairs.
Can't skimp on the
No, you
chairs.
can't.
That's hilarious.
Sonny, what do you got for the people?
It's good to be back. Thanks for coming on, brother. You guys really got to go see Godzilla.
I'm
Quan,
gonna,
you would really enjoy it. Shane, you would really enjoy it. I think that's the coolest thing. I'm not really watching anything good right now. It sucks. They just released the DLC for the new God of War Ragnarok Valhalla. So you didn't see that because you were walking in there. So that'll be cool coming up. I don't know
Oh,
if there's like a
nice.
Game
Dope.
Awards
I
something
didn't even
going
know
on
that.
right
Yeah,
now.
that's exciting.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got decently cool stuff coming up. So I
Are
don't
you
know.
playing as Atreus or are you playing as Kratos?
You're Kratos.
Okay,
Atreus
good.
is not in it.
I didn't want to be Atreus.
No, me
Those are my
neither.
least favorite parts of this last game.
That's fair.
This last game was dope, but that was
It's
that
like
was
playing
another time.
MJ in Spider-Man. It sucked.
Shane,
not
did you
what?
finish Super Mario Brothers 3?
of course, I did.
On the Nintendo?
I was finally.
N64.
Yeah.
Did you just replay that? Is that what's going on?
No, no, this is first run through it.
Oh wow.
It's taking a minute.
I don't think they're being serious, Sonny.
No, I know. I'm just
You didn't seem like you knew.
First time.
halfway through. Halfway through.
It's show business.
What do you got going on?
I just want to say hi to Eva, my wife of 23 years. I
Somebody's
love
in
you with
trouble.
all my heart.
He's
No,
gonna
pick
get-
up
yeah.
pick up
Congrats.
Our Bones Dust. It's a great comic. I haven't looked at it yet, but it seems really cool. And watch Severance. Everyone watch Severance if you haven't done it yet, especially the people in this room.
He's
Thank
so
you.
upset. I'm not gonna lie. He's so upset right now.
Mark is in the mix.
Thank you.
He's really upset.
Paul, how do they find us on the subway in New York City?
You find us in the subway in New York. You follow the sound of peeing,
Britt
and you'll get to us. What?
Nice.
Britt Lauer?
Britt Lauer.
You follow Britt Lauer? That's how you find us in the subway
She's
in New York?
gorgeous.
Okay.
All right, go
I
ahead,
hate you
Paul.
so much.
Anyways,
Fight through it.
I don't even
Fight
know
through
what
it.
to say. Oh, where?
Where do they find us?
Yeah, there you go.
Wrong.
Face down in the subway.
You just Frank didn't say anything about the interwebs when he asked me or something,
Sorry.
some strange
He's
way
trying
of
to
saying it.
bullshit
So it just
anything.
completely threw me off.
I threw you guys all off when I was like, "Wait, what are you talking about?"
No,
How do you
Mark,
find
I'll take
how do
the
you find
blame.
us in those buddy cop films, Godzilla and King
How do
Kong
you find
Strikes
us in
Back?
the buddy cop films?
It's funny because all of us have been drinking. You're the only one sober. And how are you getting?
He
thrown
sounds
off?
the drunkest.
Yeah, like how are you thrown off?
I don't know. It's hard to follow. But no, so you find us on Instagram at Into the West Comics, as well as TikTok and Spotify and Apple Pods and YouTube, where you're watching us right now. And then at Into_Comics on Twitter. This next week, we'll have a couple of new comic book day videos coming out. Look out for the audio versions of this out. And make sure you go check out Sonny's Feet Finder.
Perfect.
Been making some money, man.
Featuring
Mark,
Sauron.
in all seriousness, we do appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us.
Yeah, for real.
It means a
Hey,
lot.
thank you guys for having me. Seriously, you guys do it right.
Absolutely.
The
Appreciate
quality
you.
of
Oh,
the show
thanks.
is unreal. So thank you.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate that.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Where do I
Thanks.
find those shirts?
These are sold out, man. These are sold out, but I got hats coming on the way.
All right.
Well,
All right, we
for
got
you,
you.
it's
Let-
probably too warm, but like winter hats.
I need all that.
We'll rock a beanie.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we got you got the beanies up there, don't you?
Yeah, they're everything I do merch wise, I send to my buddy does like bulk shirts. So they're all screen printed, embroidered, everything is real nice quality.
That's dope.
As opposed to like a T Public where they like digital print stuff. So it's all one order. So I have to kind of gauge who wants what.
All right.
Right.
And then I put in a bulk order, and once they sell out, they sell out.
All right, we'll reach out about some stuff though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
'cause I
sure.
want
for
one.
sure.
Awesome.
And we'll send you
Appreciate
some
it.
stuff whenever we get our shirts. When we get more shirts
it.
ordered. We'll send you some
It's
stuff.
It's in
the works.
universe.
It's in the ether.
No, it's happening finally.
No, no, I know,
We've been
but-
delayed, but we got some shirts going.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we'll send you some stuff. But again, we do appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. And again, I want to also mention the homie Cerebus and Company, Tavon. I'm gonna stand up and shoot my thing.
Show the shirt.
Let me see that back.
Dun, 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 dun,
No, and I got a
dun,
really
dun,
cool
dun,
one
dun,
too.
dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
yo,
dun,
you're
dun,
ooh.
dun, dun,
Oh,
dun,
oh,
dun, I
God.
like big butts.
Is that a bunny? Is that a bunny rabbit?
I think it's a. Is
I
it
call
a
that
burrow?
I call that a Frank
It's
butt.
like Mr. Hoppity or something like that. I don't know
Oh,
what
it's
the
a
character is
rabbit.
called. Yeah, it's a bunny rabbit.
I got a really cool one too. It's
All right.
over there.
I don't know what just
And guys, we appreciate you.
Congratulations,
We'll, sorry. We'll talk to you soon. Mark, have a great evening. Everybody, I
Bye.
think it's taco time in America.
It is,
taco
baby.
time in America.
We
Oh, we
will,
have. I'm hungry.
I'm
as
actually
fuck.
down for tacos.
Hey, girl.
So hungry right now.
We will talk to you soon.
Thank you, Mark. For
Thank you,
real.
brother.
Like, I
Mark.
know we're out of our
Appreciate you.
mind.
Thank you,
I
guys.
love
Thank you so much.
Great time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, do it. Do the thing.
The Batusi. Mark's doing the Batusi.
He's been sipping too.